Welcome back to the show. They say home is where the heart is, but the path to home ownership can be hard to navigate for those looking to find a new home. Mortgage rates just soared to an 8-month high, and house prices continue to rise, so making housing affordability the worst on record. But that's not all bad news. It's not all bad news. Lonna Woods, a realtor from the Robinson Group, joins us, which is also this segment sponsor, to tell us about some of the bright spots in this ever-changing market. Nice to see you, Lonna. Are there bright spots?
There are some
Yes.
bright spots, absolutely.
Yeah, so let's talk about interest rates. Where do we stand right now?
Well, right now, as of yesterday, a 30-year was running about 6.9%. And as you know, interest rates follow inflation.
Yeah.
So that's why they're higher now. But the loan officers and experts that I've been consulting with look for it to actually decrease through the remainder of 2023 to where we'll be back to probably the low 6s and maybe even the very high 5s. So that's their hope at this point.
So definitely some bright spots there for sure. So are interest rates making buyers and sellers hesitant to move this summer at all?
It does. It does make them hesitant to move because if you're in a property and you have a 3% interest rate, it's not very enticing to double that interest rate at this time.
Yeah.
However, our low inventory is probably a bigger factor for those wanting to, sell a home and move into their next home.
And we're still kind of at a low inventory here in the Quad Cities?
Oh, absolutely, in all price ranges.
Okay. What are some of the benefits, major benefits of moving in the summertime?
Okay, well, I guess probably one of the biggest benefits is that a lot of people have time to take vacations and process that move and take care of everything that they need to take care of.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with snow or sleet or any of those things.
Yeah.
Also, in the summertime, typically we do tend to see more homes on the market than we do in the wintertime.
Yeah.
So even with our low inventory, it probably would be lower if it weren't for the summer season and people wanting to make those moves.
Yeah, and kids are out of school, so that's a little bit easier too on the kids if they're moving schools. Should sellers consider, doing any extra maintenance or projects before listing their home at this time?
Oh yeah, there's always certain things that you should do. First, you should hire a professional realtor to come and consult with you, walk through your property, point out any things that a buyer would see when they're walking through your property as well. I often tell my sellers, if I were to sell my home today, I would have somebody come through and walk through it because we live in it. We definitely sell differently than we live, and we don't notice the things that somebody else coming in may go to or gravitate to. So it's always helpful to have
stands out
that.
to them. Yeah.
And obviously to declutter, to spruce up. This is a great time of year. You can go around, check your exterior, make sure that there's no chipping or peeling paint, fix those issues.
Yeah.
And especially during this time of year, it's really important if you are a home on the market or going to be on the market, keep your grass watered. So that your lawn looks lush instead of, dead grass. That's not appealing.
Right.
Lots of plantings, just things that can add a pop of color and dimension to your property to make it more attractive to a buyer.
Yeah, and it's always good too to take some pictures too at this time, right?
Absolutely.
Just in case if, a little bit down the road, if your house is still on the market, then you can show folks, what it looks like, in the summertime. So what are some things that your buyers pay more attention to in the summer when they are buying a home? Is it, the siding and things like that because they can see it? It's a little more visible?
Right. I think especially during the summertime, the buyers take a little bit more time looking in the yard, looking at the landscaping, because in the wintertime it may be covered up with snow.
Right.
So they do take more time, more walk around the exterior of the building. They look for things like if we're in, let's say, a 2-story home. Is it as cool upstairs as it is downstairs? Because those are big indicators on your ductwork and your zoning for your heating, those types of things.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one because we struggle with that in my house. So in our current market, what's the average number of days to close on a property from the day an offer is accepted to closing?
Well, typically we see about a 30-day turnaround
Okay.
from the time that an offer is accepted till the time that it closes. And that's typically with a conventional mortgage. With an FHA, VA, or a government-backed loan, you're going to see probably closer to 45 days. And then cash transactions can close as quickly as 7 to 10 days, depending on the attorneys involved in the transaction.
Okay. Why should people consider using a realtor to help them buy or sell their home versus trying to do it themselves?
Okay, well, as a professional realtor and a full-time realtor, this is my job to monitor the market, to see what's out there, but not only that, to give you professional advice along, not only for sellers to get your home ready to sell, but also for buyers to help you determine, is this a good market value for this home that you're going to be writing an offer on? Because every area, every neighborhood, every city, some properties pull higher than others, and some properties pull lower than others, depending on what the most recent comparables. And we're trained to read those, understand those, and help you determine what's the best value and the best price to offer.
Well, sounds good. Thank you so much for coming in and giving us some great advice, as always, Lonna. Again, this segment was sponsored by the Robinson Group. For more information, you can check out trgmove.com. We'll also have all those details posted on ourquadcities.com. More Living Local continues after the break. Stay with us.